Glory 3.
Hello, Summer.
I don't know why, but it was being done. But Summer Raid and Quest for Glory 3 hype. Yeah. And welcome in Krillin 560. Thank you so much for bopping on in. And let's do a quick shout out. Auto mode. Absolutely. This bites.
So how far did you get into Neon Heart City?
You were playing, we finished Neon Heart City on my stream. It was a good one. Nice. Did you assist Cosmic with that one?
I beta tested the Mac version.
Okay.
So did a playthrough of that one to see if there's anything that needed.
Okay, so Chad has some mixed bags about Quest for Glory 3. He can explain. He can show his box.
Okay.
He can do whatever
you want to do kitty time.
All right, we just got in, but we're switching to kitty time as soon as I find it. There we go. Kitty time in it. Hi. Thank you so much for the follow, Rihanna.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next up, Mel loves games too. Welcome
to the show.
All right, now Quest for Glory 3.
So
when did you get that box?
Oh, I don't know. I don't recall. I've had it for a while.
Okay.
If I take a look at older pictures, I don't recall. I mean, I first got this with my Quest for Glory anthology because that was a box I bought back in 1996. Actually, a little before I even had a PC that could play it yet. So I grew up with a lot of Sierra games in the later 80s, and then our family computer is a Tandy 1000 HX, and it could not really play any games past 1990. And so there was a lot of like the VGA era games I did not get to play until about 1996, 97, when I got a new computer for university. And that's where I was able to finally start playing some of the newer games.
I know
or at least new to me.
Awkward to you to sit in that seat.
So this is the box I purchased that had the first 4 Quest for Glory games. Quest for Glory 5 is not out yet. And this, of course, was... it's probably my least favorite of the series. I call it the add-on to the Quest for Glory series because it was initially intended to be a 4-part series, each being like the... being matched up to each of like the 4 cardinal positions in each of the seasons. So there's supposed to be an east, north, south, west, and here the first game is supposed to be springtime, second game summer, Shadows of Darkness was autumn, and then Quest for Glory 5 was winter, but kind of hanging out in a more wintry paradise in like a Mediterranean type area. And I have moved the seat, and off in the distance, please move that.
Good.
I have a number of various Quest for Glory games here. So I have about, I think, 6 different copies of Heroes Quest / Quest for Glory 1, a couple of Quest for Glory 2, a number of Quest for Glory 4, and a couple of mine from Quest for Glory 5 are actually behind the box. A couple of that. This is my only box copy of Quest for Glory 3 that's not in an anthology or something as well. And probably one of the more interesting ones that I've seen is there's a German version, Krieges des, or was it Krieges de Lonas or something like that. That would be kind of interesting. So I think I have seen a slightly different variant of this, but I that's one thing that's kind of interesting. There's not a ton of different variants. Quest for Glory 4 had the CD and the floppy disk version, so there's a purple box and white box. Quest for Glory 5, I have a bunch of different versions of that from different countries. And show kind of some of the quick little insides to this one. I did get a hint book for this game. And the thing that was great about the hint books they started coming out with in the the early 90s, it wasn't just here's the hints. They had like, here's extra details about the game, the introduction, the team. Some, maybe they'll have like additional art and stuff like that. And when we were playing Heart of China and Rise of the Dragon, those hint books also had similar type things that they were showing little extras and stuff, which I thought that was really kind of neat. So it wasn't just here's the hints, but additional details about the creation of the game. Various. Sometimes the light makes it a little difficult, but there's Raja, the king of the liontaur people. So these are kind of neat to see, some sort of a bestiary about different creatures and such in the game. One thing that would have been, I think, kind of a oh yeah, they got they got the team, or at least it looks like they put the heads of the people, so they have some of the team members, and it looks like a cover of a Beatles album, and it looks like they have the word Lisp at the bottom for some reason. Who knows why that is? So they meant like the programming language Lisp. So that's kind of neat. So, oh wow, actually collected a couple. Even have one that was in like still kind of the yellow packaging.
Okay.
15 minutes, counting down.
And then, of course, there's the other various manuals that come with it. The famous Explorer's Correspondence course. So it's just the various manual, and this is a pretty nice feeling paper too. So and these things have lasted really nicely. So it's the part that I enjoy about having actual big box. Oh, let me see.
Looks like a receipt.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
even know the
purchased.
date.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So I got this back in 2000 and paid $4, and shipping was $3.20. So there's the answer to that. So, yeah. So it shows how some of these games you could get for a lot cheaper at one time. I think I even have like I think one of the first purple box of Quest for Glory 4 I purchased, I think was similar, like $4. Now, if you're trying to buy the same thing, you'd probably be paying maybe close to $100 US or something. The only Quest for Glory game I have box is the first one. It's original Heroes Quest Incarnation. Yes, I still have my version. I'll show that. This is the copy I had as a kid with the free Prodigy sticker. Never used that. We didn't have a modem either. So, and it's been lovingly used to have some tape. My Quest for Glory 2 also had that we'd used it enough. Quest for Glory 2 especially was a lot of discs. This was also a lot of discs. I think it came with both the 3.5 and 5.5, 5.25 inch discs. So lots of discs.
So
for
you
that.
really only have 2 boxes for Quest for Glory 3 then?
No, one.
One
Of
box
the game itself.
and then the anthology,
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, I have this. There's another collector's edition as well.
Did you show it already?
No. So. There's also even this. So there was this version as well.
And
so they
that
had a lot
had
of these.
the first 4 games?
First 4 and a demo of Dragonfire. And did that also come with the soundtrack? Yeah, demo plus soundtrack.
Is Dragonfire available? I mean, you can play it using the modern PC. We could play it on a stream kind of thing.
Maybe. I mean, either that. I haven't tried the PC version in a very long time because I actually have a Power Mac G5 or Power Mac G4 that's from 2000, and that's what I used to play Quest for Glory 5.
Okay.
And I have a nice little decked out system and This was this is another anthology on CD. The thing that was confusing about this, it has I think that's called the Hero's Blade image that was used for Quest for Glory 5, but it only contains the first 4 games. So that's kind of confusing. This was I think it's a Polish version.
So what is the Realm? I noticed on the front of it, it says the Realm, multiplayer adventure game.
So another sticker. So that was an early online, like Ultima Online type thing from Sierra. The graphics looked like cell animation, like Torrance Passage or King's Quest 7.
Right. So more cartoony, as we often refer to
right.
it. Okay.
And from the stories I've heard the Coles say, when they were brought back, they wanted to do something like with the Quest Glory IP to make the Realm or something, but I think they end up convincing him, like, well, if we're going to do this, how about we just make the final Quest for Glory game? Because I guess there was a series of layoffs probably around 94 or something like that, and I think the Coles might have just been on contract. And so they actually left Sierra for a little while, and they worked for Legend Entertainment and made the Shinar game, I believe, and then they came back. Okay. And so it brings into a kind of a interesting theory of what if Quest for Glory 3 had not been made? What if maybe even the VGA version of Quest for Glory 1 had not been made, and they had spent all that time and resources building, Shadows of Darkness, and then the final game of the series. And that might have been kind of interesting too. So depending on how that, let's assume that Quest for Glory Shadows of Darkness had happened. Maybe they put in the proper amount of time, and so the floppy disk version was very buggy because it was released way too quickly to get out by Christmas. And then I've heard tales from the Coles talking about, like, yeah, if they had made, final Quest for Glory game, Dragonfire, right away, they probably would have stuck with similar graphics as Quest for Glory Shadows of Darkness, and they were first thinking of naming it King's Crown instead of Dragonfire. So, a couple of different ideas. But for you, this is the first time, so it's kind of interesting with this game. It is set in an African setting, so you get Egyptian, you get plains, you get jungle, so you get this big kind of mix, and it's definitely something different out of the various a lot of different games. There's so many of them that are kind of Germanic based or European based. Oh, here's such as the first game is very Germanic. And even the fourth game, it's kind of more of a Slavic based, so it's more, once again, it's more of a woodsy European type story. So okay,
so that will definitely be different for me. I told Chad, if it comes down to the fighting and the keyboard, that I don't want to do it. He can take those sequences, because I'm not a good tankier, never have been.
Oh, yeah, at least have a tanky. That's another reason why I have my Mac set up. I have a full width keyboard, because Quest for Glory 5 definitely relied heavily on having a 10 key. It's also been interesting watching Game Grumps. They played some old Sierra games like Black Cauldron and King's Quest 1, and they obviously didn't have a 10 key or forgot about it, because trying to go up diagonals, very simple. If you have a 10 key, you just press 9 or 7 or whatever. But trying to do it just with the standard T keys, just up, down, left, right, makes it very challenging.
Gotcha. So, Summer B, what was your favorite part about the new Cosmic Void game? Chad has, like I said, beta tested it, so he knows what it's about. But for me, once again, I haven't seen any of it, and it would definitely be blind. And probably after we finish the Quest for Glory 3 series, maybe about 5 streams.
Depends on how long it takes.
This is
probably, yeah, it is. So one of the reasons it's probably my least favorite of this series, it is probably the shortest. The first half of the game, about the first 250 points or something, feels decent, has proper pacing, but then you get to a certain point and then it just feels like zoom and you complete it real quickly.
Well, isn't
after
that the way it was with Quest for Glory 2? It takes forever to get to in the day 15 when you finally go to, or I can't remember what day it was. I just remember that we messed around and then we finally get to go to Spielberg or something. Regier. And then from there, it just really seemed to fly.
Yeah, with that one, because it's a set number of days, by the time you get to the end, it definitely tries to move things along at a quicker pace.
And this is not a set number of days.
No.
But isn't 4 a set number of days?
No.
It is not. So you could play that at your own leisure. You didn't have to. You could really, really deeply explore, and you did not have to like save the Rizolka, do whatever to,
Correct. There's only maybe one thing that's a little more time-based out of Quest for Glory 3, Quest for Glory 4 that I can think of. Mm-hmm. But, the Quest for Glory 2, that one always has a set number of days, which sometimes gets a little boring if you're like, okay, I've done everything I can do, or you just spend your time working on your stats or something like that. But I think they wanted to make sure that you had enough time to figure out how to defeat each of the elementals when things happened. With this game, there are some neat things to it, and I understand that this one was added because they felt the jump from where you were in Quest for Glory 2 to the very kind of dark tones of Shadows of Darkness. They felt like, no, we need to put something else in between to step it up, and I think this at least does a good job in kind of introducing, like, okay, where you go from one to the other, because Quest for Glory 2 ends with, okay, you're the hero, here's your celebration, and doesn't really explain why would you suddenly be over in Mordavia, unless they had some different ideas of why you'd have to go.
Did it pull you out? Well, I don't know how 3 ends, so it sounds like, I was thinking that you get pulled out and taken where the wizard wants you to go.
Yes.
Can you hand me my phone where I'm going to, any other, anything else you want? I've got a few more minutes on this timer before I go and do what I'm doing in the background, so.
Yeah. So we're doing ScumVM, and the thing that was kind of interesting about this was where ScumVM saves your import file, because you can move your character from game to game to game, which is kind of cool. There's at least of this era, the only other games I knew you could do that was like the SSI Gold Box games, based off of the AD&D products like Champions of Krynn or Pools of Radiance, where you could export your party and then move it to the next game, which is great. This one you had to kind of figure out like where to put it. Your save, and for ScumVM it's in a specific spot where it saves save games, but then even when I was looking that up, I got different answers of where ScumVM might save its save games. So I had to look around. At first I was looking at, this is where it's first saying it. I didn't see it, but so we'll play the game, import a character. So this is the character I used. I'm playing as a thief, and one thing about the thief in this one, it really kind of got the shaft on this one, that it didn't have as many side quests as some of the other characters. This one, they focused a lot more on the new character class of the paladin, and the thief was, they didn't do nearly as much. But fortunately, by Quest for Glory 5, they kind of made up for that, and you have so many great things in number 5. Yeah, I can almost hear John Rhys Davies from Quest for Glory 4 doing, please insert your saved character disc from Quest for Glory 1 or 2. And the subtitle for this is Wages of War, but there was another case where they had to change the name because there was some other game already known as Wages of War. but they never got to the point where they end up having to like reprint the game or re-release it, so it still just says Wages of War. Otherwise, the new subtitle is going to be like Secrets of the Lost City. This was kind of interesting because this is using ScumVM to play it. Characters saved inside ScumVM are shown automatically. Character files saved and the original interpreter need to be put inside ScumVM saved games directory, and a prefix needs to be added depending on which game it was saved in. Quest for Glory 1 for, and I thought it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, import. Welcome. Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Tarna. And there's this screen for, you know, checking to see what type of class you are. And I think that was done to just validate that it was correct, because I think there was a bug with the original version of Quest for Glory 2 that any character you imported came in as a fighter, which was frustrating because if you wanted to play as a wizard or a thief, you needed to start a new character, and you started out pretty weak. So I think a thief started out with 40 strength or something like that, where you could have been maxed out at 100 when you're starting. So fortunately, I mostly maxed out. I had a thief, but I gave him some magic because I love being able to throw daggers and cast flame darts. I played, for the Quest for Glory 1, I played the Japanese version of this game. And so that's how I played through that. Let's max that out. And let's max out our stealth. And then we also got parry for some reason. Don't know why, but let's, we'll just max that out.
Okay, so are you limited to how much you can? My timer just went off. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try with all my mic to turn off the jet. If you.
Good luck.
I might need you to do it.
I'll show the Japanese version of Quest for Glory 1. This is the Japanese version. And from what I've seen in the translations, it does say Quest for Glory 1, not Hero's Quest.
Yep, we're questing for glory, Medicine Hat. Mel's questing for glory.
Did you get the
Hell no.
lights off?
We'll see.
Oh, maybe. We need instructions on
before
that.
I start in. Do you want me
Okay,
to
here.
go get Allie and I'll click on Alex and
Oh,
all right. Well, thank you, Rakesh and my prince, for answering my summons. I have information for both of you.
Bird is the word.
Okay. As you know, 3 months ago in Razir, the evil Ad Avis attempted to unleash a genie. Is that right? Is that the genie?
Yeah, a genie, a genie.
Genie Iblis.
A genie in a bottle. It was Christine.
In order to rule the world. Okay, he was going to rule the world. Adavi stood before his hexagram. You know what, Chad? You're such a dork. You forgot to turn this game on for people. Adavi stood before his hexagram, making his nasty little whatevers. Hear me, oh dark powers, light the darkness, bind Iblis to me forever. You entered the room and broke the seal of Suleiman by moving the candle. Foiling, you idiot! You have destroyed my spell, and now you shall be destroyed. Okay. No, good thing I can duck. Good thing I can toss knives. Goodbye. No, no, master, help me. Help me! You threw your last dagger at Adavis and he fell to his doom. How about that groovy music at Mesnat? When Adavis died, his magical power was released, and I could sense the moment of his death. Such a release of power could be felt by skilled magic users all over the world. Adavis was a very bad man. While still, there's some mystery concerning the death of Adavis. It is very disturbing that the body of Adavis could not be found. Even with all my magic, I cannot determine who or what removed the body or what became of it afterwards. So we discovered that Twitch marked this. I believe the unbinding of Adavis' power could have well had other darker results. But the thing about this game, I don't think it's mature rating. I don't think it's like other Quest for Glories. Chad thinks it's T. Now we are again in my house in Shapir. Hero, you have become the Prince of Shapir by order of the Sultan Harun al-Rashid.
I already told her it was squished. Yes.
Is the aspect ratio right? Things feel a bit squished vertically. They are squished. Sorry about that. Rakesh now desires to return to his home in Tarna. Last night I received this message from the sorceress Krisha in Tarna.
Yeah, maybe if you can move it in.
All right, well, we gotta wait for it's going.
Yeah, once we get through
Please tell Rakesh that he must return quickly to Tarna. There is serious talk of war here, and I think only Rakesh can now bring peace. Is he going to continue? I believe there's more to this war than just the anger of two tribes. I believe that a demon has broken through to this land and seeks to destroy us all. Is that what the demon looks like? It's like this, like Ganondorf, kind of with blue head wear.
No, that's Krisha.
Oh, in this 3 days, a magical portal will open in Shapir to take Rakesh back to Tarna. I suggest that if you, Prince of Shapir, wish to truly be a hero, you accompany Rakesh. Hey, Winkers, welcome in. If there is indeed a demon, it is probable.
Ask me about my wiener.
It is probable that it was released into this world by the death
About my wiener.
of Adavis. You must stop it and send it back to its own world. The palace of the Sultan Shapir, 3 days later.
3 days later.
It greatly grieves me to say farewell to such fine friends and honored guests.
That's the Sultan.
Rakesh, you were a great aid to me, and I sorrow to see you return to Tarna. Now we can clean the place. All the cat hair is going to be picked up. Oh, great Sultan, it has been an honor to serve you. Yeah. Honestly, there's
going to be liontaurs.
Yeah. You're the warrior of the Simbani. You have been the most excellent guild master for the Adventures Guild and a gifted instructor of combat. Thank you for your services. Yeah, I can see it's definitely weird. I think it's going to, so I don't know if I can do anything with it. Oh, I see what happened. I don't like it. So
I leave Shapir with a great treasure, my son Simba. I never forget this place, but it'll be good to go home again. So part of what happened there is
It's something about the way Will set this up.
it's clipping off the side. Yeah.
It's this. It's more than that. It's the screen.
Give you a special gift since you have shown such skill with ropes. I give you this set of magical grapnels. They will make any rope act as a magical rope and grab and release at your command. Watch how the hero hugs the guy. His arms are so goofy looking.
I'm not sure I can do anything with this. I need to switch this to full mode. Full window, I think.
It was too quick. His arms
All
are
right.
just like all goofy and just kind of looks bent like he has no bones.
Yeah, see, it's...
So we are playing this game that there was somebody named Ash Lancer made some additional patches to Quest for Glory 3 and 4. And so with this game, they did a bunch of fixes. They even found some like kind of missing content and added in. And I don't remember that sound of this. So I'm kind of wondering if that was added back in or something like that. It's kind of curious. So
Oh, it's really weird. I'm curious if we switch out of the Sunday brunch and go into in-game, if that would be better this particular day because of the way we have it.
yeah, that looks better. It's not, doesn't look like it's clipping.
Yeah, see, it was definitely, it's coming through the DOS. That's the other thing that's odd. It's actually pulling in from DOS. But I think that for some reason, oh, you know what? If that's the case, if that's the case, right? That it's doing that in there, then maybe, whoa. Maybe the best thing to do, that's a really annoying sound.
Well, let the game advance. So
And see if we can fix it through the DOS.
I'm gonna let Alex back out again.
Yeah, he's definitely being a turd, isn't he? Okay, here, we're gonna fix this problem right there. There you go, Medicine Hat. Thank you for letting us know that Scum VM was stretching the game. Is that much better? Is that better? I was like, there you go. Yeah. So, okay. All right. It's good to see you again, Krisha. Okay. Yeah. So that was odd because sometimes Scum VM works really well, and other times it just is bizarre. So I don't know.
You just fiddle enough with it.
Well, no, because you told me we were going to play Scum VM and we'll set it up for Scum VM. Habari Warriors, it's good to see you again, Uhura. That son of yours looks like a strong and healthy young cub. Missouri Krisha, thank you for helping me to return. Simba and I need to be getting back to my people, Kawaherini.
Yeah, so you learned some Swahili in this game.
Kawaherini.
Kwaheri warrior.
Kwaheri warrior, Uhura. Farewell, Uhura.
Thanks. Peace out. Bye.
Pretty much, okay. All right, and turn down a little bit. This is a young hero about whom Aziza spoke with you. He is the adopted prince of Shapir and a most honorable man.
When he isn't filching things, that is.
Okay. Yeah. I am most honored to meet you, Prince of Shapir. I sense that you were also skilled with magic, are we?
I'm a thief, but I did add magic.
Okay. Know, however, that the usage of magic is forbidden upon the streets of Tarna in order to protect those without magic.
He was busy with other things. Maybe now I can take him out. people.
Liontaurs, Alex. Okay. All right, so I'm guessing it's now time for me to look.
Yeah, and if you click the mouth icon on yourself, you can say things and click it on other people, of course.
Okay. You greet Krisha. You will always be welcome in our house, young hero. Okay. Tell about Shapir. You talk about your experiences in Shapir and how you defeated Adavis. But did we? The enchantress Aziza spoke to me of Adavis. You must indeed be a hero to defeat such a wicked wizard.
Okay, now what?
You say goodbye to Rakesh and to Krisha. Farewell, Prince of Shapir. We will see you later, my friend. This city and the land around it is called Tarna. It is ruled by my people, the liontaurs. I hope you can have that chance to appreciate. You can have the chance to appreciate the beauty of this place. Okay. And how about Uhura? We will see Uhura and Simba again in a few days, for we will journey together to her village to talk with her people and learn more about the war between the Sabini and the leopard men. Didn't they have leopard men in number 2, Chad? There we go. Let's ask about the leopard men. All I know of the leopard men is that they are a tribe of shape changers who dwell in the jungle. Okay. The shape changers are humans who take on certain aspects of animal through magic. Something else. Sambini. The Sambini village is about a day's journey from here. Okay. And something else. War. I will spend the next couple of days finding out more information about this war. We can speak more about this later. I mean, I just got here, arrived with me, so he knows about what I know, right? Liontaurs. The Liontaurs have ruled Tarna for as long as we have existed. Most Liontaurs have little to do with humans, although that is changing.
Stupid humans.
This talk of war in some ways a good sign, for it means that the Liontaurs begin to accept that the Sabini are our allies and friends. How about that music, huh? Rakesh, you've been away a long time. There are several members of the Council of Judgment who also respect humans. There are also those who call for war's sake.
The
vases contain pixie dust, gold dust, and dust in the wind. Now, how did she get in that wind in there?
There's definitely puns.
You are in Krisha's magic workroom. Here, she studies and concocts magical formulas and performs rituals to perfect her art and to help the people of Tarna.
Okay. Have you talked to Krisha?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was supposed to, go away and do something else. Do not trouble yourself with such actions. You straighten out your jacket and retie your boots. Appearances count, after all. Do not trouble yourself, okay? Think again. Think again.
Hurry.
Think again. Think again about that too. You keep your hands off things, you sneak thief. Do not. Okay. All right. Fine. Ask about Tarna. Welcome to our land, Prince Shapir of Shapir. Tarna is an ancient city, and you will find much to do here. We Liontaurs are a proud race, sometimes too proud for our own good. Most liontaurs live in our eastern section of the city, away from the humans. I have chosen to live in the western section with the humans. They are as much of a part of Tarna as our people. And if we need to eat an occasional one, there's one right down the street. We don't have to go out into the desert to find it, right? To find food. All right, magic. I'm a worker of spells, specializing in teleportation and communication. The magical portion of which brought you here is an example of my magic.
Portal.
Okay. The magical portal allows people to travel across distances. It is a difficult spell to create, for it takes an incredible amount of magic and can only be done through ritual. So that's how I get back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now war. Never mind. The leader of the Simbani came to Tarna to ask us to ally with the Sambini against the Leopardmen. The Council of Judgment decided to investigate this talk of war. It is most unusual for the Council of Judgment to become involved with the affairs of humans. The Council of Judgment decided to speak a peace mission into a jungle to speak with the Leopardmen. It was ambushed at night, and only one human survived to speak of it. I bet it was Adavi spelled backwards, right? Rakishaka was the leader of the peace mission. Is she dead then? I do not know. My magic tells me nothing. The bones tell me nothing. I do not think so, but that may only be the wishes of a mother's heart rather than, oh, it's her daughter.
Yeah.
Than true knowledge. Forgive our rudeness, my friend, but Rakisha is our daughter, Krisha. Let us speak more of this later.
Oh, by the way, it's his daughter too.
I just got that feeling that we kind of got thrown into that part. Okay.
The bathtub that doesn't want to turn off.
All right. Maybe you'll get it shut off this time. The jets will be nice and clean, that's for sure. Rakish is my life mate and my friend. He is also highly respected by the Council of Judgment and Raja, the king of Tarna, and Rakish's brother. You know, they wanted to mate and they wanted me to leave. I was like,
You notice when they first come in, they're kind of like, nice to see you. You too. I'm like, okay, you've been away for a while. Oh, by the way, this is my husband. Yeah, that's my wife.
they're very royal and regal, and obviously don't have a,
That's later.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But
Eventually,
she's got a pretty little tail. All right.
that little hairband.
Yeah. Raja is the current ruler of Tarna. He is somewhat hot-headed and is loud in his demands that the Council of Judgment declare war. That is very like him. Raja will always treated life as a battle to be fought rather than an adventure to be experienced. He's very serious. He's got a poker up his butt that won't quit. So,
Council.
the Council of Judgment makes the laws of Tarna. I am a member of the council, and the council will decide whether or not Tarna will go to war. Okay, Wink. It's not important. Rakish is my life mate and my friend.
You did that one.
We did that one already. Okay. So something else.
Okay.
Enough already.
Yep.
Okay. Are you sure I can't touch her? Krisha is a wise-looking female. All right, winkers. Wise-looking female liontar. She wears the headdress of a master's magician. Your friend Rakish is a powerful-looking liontar, but he walks with a limp because of his injured leg. So he took an arrow to the knee.
No, he was stabbed by a demon.
Okay, hold on.
And
The horn
poison.
skull actually has no magical significance, but Krisha thought it added her certain something to her workroom. It's a pitcher of lemonade. Spellcasting is thirsty work. Great. These boxes hold dry spell components like dehydrated testes.
Tootsie.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I thought. Okay, dehydrated tootsies, fly wings. C's. Isn't it C's? You don't say the word to